All right. Does anybody have the fucking Madison Cawthorn, the fucking Madison Cawthorn clip? Because I'm gonna have to find it myself. Yeah, I retweeted this. This was a fire banger drill tweet that only unfortunately got fucking 511 retweets for some reason. Achieving the uppermost echelons of power and influence just to get sucked off next to Representative Madison Cawthorn in a room that looks like a hotel lobby. Dems are gonna get crushed in the midterms because Republicans are gonna run an anti-nerd platform. Yeah. Okay, let's find the original clip with Madison Cawthorn talking to the Warrior Poets Society or whatever. This happened like a while ago. This happened like last week where he was just
Congressional Republicans are so mad at Congressman Madison Cawthorn.
Wait, hold up.
He denied.
Wait. I want to hear the fucking video. Like, I want to hear the OG. I want to hear straight from his mouth. Oh, here it is.
Look at all these people. A lot of them that I've looked up to through my life. I've always paid attention to politics, guys. That then all of a sudden you get invited.
Wait, let's start from the top.
Look at all these people. A lot of them that I've looked up to through my life. I've always paid attention to politics, guys. That then all of a sudden you get invited to, like, well, hey, we're going to have kind of a sexual get together at one of our homes. You should come. And I'm like, what did you just ask me to come to? Yeah. And then you realize they're asking you to come to an orgy. Yeah. Or the fact that, there's some of the people that are leading on the movement to try and remove, addiction in our country. And then you watch them do, a key bump of cocaine right in front of you.
There's so much.
Dude, the Warrior Poet was shook. I mean, look at him. Look at my man, the Warrior Poet. Look at his face. He's like, what? What are you saying to me right now? So, So first of all, free Florida, okay? Fuck you, Madison. Why are you narking? But thank you for narking also. I have a close friend who's a marketing person with the GOP ads team, and a lot of this may or may not be a cover-up for Madison Cawthorn's own scandal that he has an issue sending certain private pictures to interns and others. Obviously, I don't have a concrete source for you to back that up, but just be aware this seems very calculated. Okay. I hope that this doesn't come across as ableist, but it's working, what you're saying. I know that's not the right thing to focus on in this conversation, but I have to ask that question. You should ask that question to your friend. I'm just... What? I'm just... Come on. That is what I asked. See? Wait, you talking about the plan or the dude's cock? No, of course I'm talking about his cock. What do you mean? Yes, I was talking about the penis, dude. I was. Yes. Do you want me to spell it out? Yes. Men in wheelchairs can still get boners? Yeah, I know, but I don't know what, I don't know what level of... You know what I mean, dude? Come on. I'm sorry. Don't get mad, please. I just meant there's varying degrees, okay? There's chatters in here that have wheelchairs as well, their cocks are working. I don't know why I said it like I've tried it out, you know what I mean? But they talk about, I have a bunch of chatters who talk about getting pussy in a wheelchair all the time. Cawthorn's claim is verbatim that he watched an unnamed person do a key bump right in front of him. This shouldn't require pointing out, and people should live how they like. But people who don't do key bumps are very, very seldom people who know the term key bump. Yeah, of course, Madison Cawthorn knows what a fucking key bump is. You should have stopped it. This will sound ableist for your own sake. No, never. Listen, man, I'm sorry, okay? You get mad at me all you want, okay? I'm going to ask the hard-hitting questions here, okay? Literally. That's what you're here for. These are the hard-hitting questions. And if a single one of you was like, yo, I don't care about that, actually, you're lying. You're lying to yourself, okay? I don't know why we do that. I don't know why we lie to ourselves and lie to others to make ourselves seem more virtuous and more progressive or whatever. But, like, it's just... You find out that Madison Cawthorn's sending fucking dick pics to interns or whatever, you're going to be like, flaccid or hard, okay? That's me. That's how my mind works. Maybe it's fucked up. I'm sorry. Okay? But it's just, I'm not even sorry, actually. Sorry, not sorry. How about that? Okay, so... This is just honesty. Okay. It doesn't mean that I'm right. Like, I'm not a smart person. Okay. I'm not a smart person. I'm not a woke person. I'm a bad person. Like, that's fine. I'll take that. But also, you know, I need to understand the answer. Okay. So add to the list of things you're a foe of. I mean, dude, of course, I'm an anti-disability activist. And an LGBT foe. So, and then the second question after the flaccid or hard is like, how big? You know, that's also. Maybe Madison Cawthorn is a shower, not a goer, so he doesn't have to get hard for a good picture. Okay, listen. So he did this. He talked about this. Okay, he said like he went to some fucking. You know, he was invited to a sex party. Okay, he was invited to a sex party. I don't know who the fuck would invite Madison Cawthorn to an orgy. That's not because he's in a wheelchair. I'm not like that. I'm not being ableist there. I just mean like because he's kind of a limp dick. Like flaccid personality, I mean. So it's just like... I'm not being ableist here, okay? I'm saying that he is a fucking annoying. Or maybe someone that was curious like you. Yeah, someone invited him because they were like, yo, what's up? What'd that dick do? What's going on there? Anyway, listen. Hold on. I got to grab my food.
There's so much you could say about that. I really like the doll with the blue hair right behind his shoulder there. Now, I have no idea if those statements are true or not. The closest we have to anything like it at all is public reporting in the Daily Beast last May that 2 witnesses allegedly saw Congressman Matt Gaetz of Florida using cocaine at a party after a 2019 fundraiser. Gaetz's office did not return a request from the Daily Beast for comment on that specific allegation. And to be perfectly honest, I don't really care one way or the other. But Cawthorn's fellow Republicans do, and it is telling that these comments, these are the ones that get Congressman Cawthorn in trouble. Republican leader Kevin McCarthy of California reportedly disciplined Cawthorn like a disappointed father, telling the 26-year-old he needed to earn his...
Bro, the funniest part about this is exactly this part, which is that Republicans have lost their fucking minds over it. Like, it doesn't matter, like... Madison Cawthorn could be like Sig Heiling, okay, at the fucking, I don't know, America Should Be Nazi conference. And Republicans are like, yeah, whatever. Who gives a shit? You know what I mean? Like was it Marjorie Titan Green literally at a fucking like Nicholas Fuentes like Groyper Nazi conference like the other day? They don't give a fuck, okay? But the one instance where they're like, oh, this needs immediate punishment. It's like... You just made this real. Like, even if it wasn't real, now I'm 100% going to believe it, okay? Now, it's 100% real. You will never recover from this. This is real now. It's real to me, damn it. You know? It's crazy. Why would they... Why would you literally fucking, like, take serious action against him?
Trust back and claiming that Cawthorn told him he embellished his comments. Cawthorn embellishing?
Also, wait, hold on. This is another incredibly sus way of fucking saying that he wasn't straight up lying, but embellishing. So what's up? It wasn't a sex orgy, but they weren't doing key bumps, but they were what? Like fucking, doing lines off strippers or something? Like what? Like they're not even... What is happening? Why did they do this? Why didn't they... Do they not have like a team of fucking PR people that immediately know exactly how to fucking clamp down on this shit? Yeah, also, poor Madison, dude. His wife left him to back the blue. Maybe she backed the blue a little too hard, you know what I'm saying? A reverse Jody situation there. And now Kevin McCarthy's backing him too into a fucking corner. Messed up, dude. Let him do a little bit of coke. Let him do a little bit of coke, dude. His sexy ass CrossFit wife left him. Let him do some cocaine with Lindsey Graham.
Now, McCarthy spoke out so forcefully because his caucus is demanding it. According to Politico, members of the far-right House Freedom Caucus have reportedly considered kicking Cawthorn out of the group. And Republican Congressman Steve Womack of Arkansas, who is 65 years old, complained he is now fielding questions from constituents about orgies. And that last point isn't all that surprising. Here's what happened. Cawthorn's allegations on a right-wing podcast of shadowy sex parties got caught up in the QAnon updraft that these folks have been stoking for years, playing right into the Republican base's belief the so-called deep state swamp is full of these depraved degenerates. It's still notable Cawthorn is being so swiftly rebuked by McCarthy and others in his party, while, say, Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene emerged relatively unscathed after she attended a white nationalist conference with a man who once delivered an extended riff denying the Holocaust. At the very least, we know where the line is.
Straight
It's
up.
at the key bumps. Appearing with Holocaust deniers is fine, but don't go telling people about Republican drug and sex parties. We've got an image to protect.
Damn, okay, Chris. Okay, Chris doing the Tucker Carlson. That's just like that. He bit his flow word for word, by the way, and I respect it. He should. Also, speaking of fucking sex parties. Wagon Wheel is pretty good, though. That does slap. That is a good song. I do like that. It's a good day drinking song. God, I'm such a fucking Ameriboo, dude. Disgusting. You look at this and you go, this is so fucking incredibly lame. They're probably not even doing cool shit like cocaine in a party like this. But remember, like, they're Republicans. Of course, this is like, no, they would do cocaine and then go to a party like this. You know what I mean? Like, they're whack as fuck. Anyway, let's see what the
other sexual harassment scandal taking over the political world right now.
Also tonight, serious questions are swirling around the youngest member of Congress, an up-and-coming Republican with an increasingly high profile.
He is considered a rising star in the Republican Party, but Congressman Madison Cawthorn's past and the political persona he has cultivated is littered with dark allegations. Cawthorn faced numerous allegations of sexual harassment while attending Patrick Henry College in Virginia just 4 years ago. Caitlin Coulter went to school with Cawthorn and says she was taken on what he called a fun drive.
His MO was to take vulnerable women out on these rides with him in the car and to make advances.
Cawthorn asked her about her purity ring and her sexual experiences. Coulter says she felt something was off and shut down the conversation.
He got really upset and he whipped the car around and started going back to campus at 70, 80 miles an hour on these one-lane roads. And it was really scary.
There was a lot of...
Well, he is very good at driving, so... Famously so. That's just how he rolls, baby, you know?
Of sexual innuendo, Lee Petrie told CNN. It got really uncomfortable walking to and from class. He would yell out, "Are you ready to take that fun drive today?"
Oh, damn. That guy
He loves driving like fucking Greg Abbott loves chopping wood.
doesn't sound fun at all. This guy was apparently sexually harassing women while driving like a crazy person. It's like if Mario Kart let you play as Harvey Weinstein. And just to be clear, this wasn't just making a few people uncomfortable. No, Cawthorn reportedly kissed women by force, put his hands up their skirts, and pulled one girl onto his lap and put his finger between her legs. In fact, it got so bad that RAs at the school started warning students to stay away from him. And you know you're doing something wrong when you're in the same category as STDs and alcohol poisoning. But the question you may be asking is, who is Madison Cawthorn? And how did he go from college creep to congressman creep? Well, let's find out in another episode of Fringe Watching. 1 year ago,
Fringe watching? You mean like watching The Daily Show? Fucking got him. Top of the hour ad breaks here. Guess what? If you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do that for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime. Oh, get fucked. Crimes is coming soon. Also, what else is coming soon? A 60-second ad break. If you want to no longer see those, though, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do that for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime. Here's the 1 minute ad break now.
Madison Cawthorn was not expected to be the next congressional representative from North Carolina. But he narrowly beat a more established conservative in the Republican primary by falsely smearing her as a never-Trumper. Because you see, at this point, never-Trumper is the worst insult that you can say to a Republican. It goes expert, Prius driver, and then never-Trumper. That's the Republican version of the N-word. You never Trumper, you call me, you take that back right, you don't use that word on me. Okay, but you don't like Trump sometimes. But what really propelled Cawthorn into office was his compelling personal story, even if it wasn't 100% his.
Fresh.
If you just said never Trumper has become like worse than the N-word or whatever, that's like a good joke. The other stuff was terrible, but the N-word one was actually funny, even though the delivery was not great.
Questions about his own account of the car accident that left him wheelchair-bound in 2014.
He was my brother, my best friend. He leaves me in a car to die in a fiery tomb.
Bradley Ledford, Cawthorn's friend and the driver of the car, telling the Washington Post that Cawthorn's accounting of the accident was not true. Cawthorn's own parents undercutting their son's story too, saying the driver of the car rescued him. That accident went on to be the core part of the narrative Cawthorn weaved about himself as he ran for Congress.
He planned on serving his country in the Navy with a nomination to the...
Dude, this is my favorite fucking conservative, like... The reason why Cawthorn fucking popped off with this ad is because the conservative movement is filled to the fucking brim with motherfuckers who were like, oh, I could have served, but I just, you know, some other stuff, life happened. Like, I swear I could have served, but like I didn't. So like that makes so much sense. That all these fucking dumb couch potatoes who like venerate our veterans, brother. It's literally all of them. All of them. They love talking about how they could have served. A future U.S. Navy SEAL.
The U.S. Naval Academy in Annapolis. But all that changed in the spring of 2014 when tragedy struck.
But in this 2017 deposition related to the accident obtained by CNN, Cawthorn admitted that he was rejected by the Academy before the accident.
So, this guy got rejected by the Naval Academy, then got into a car crash, and then claimed the crash was why he got rejected? Well, you know what they say, when life gives you lemons, you blame the lemons for everything and you hope no one checks. And look, man, this is a horrible thing that Cawthorn experienced. But it's tragic enough on its own. And it's also genuinely inspiring that he came back from it. Which is probably why it's so weird that he felt the need to lie about things like his friend abandoning him to die. I mean, dude rescued him from a car, and in return, he threw him under the bus. And once people began digging into the rest of Cawthorn's story, they began finding lies everywhere. For instance, he claimed he turned down Princeton and Harvard. That was not true. He claimed to be a successful business owner, even though his supposed investment company reported zero income and had only one employee, himself. He even claimed repeatedly to be training for the 2020 Paralympics despite never being an elite athlete. Something an actual Paralympian compared to, quote,
Bro, he is the perfect American. In every way. Like, the only problem here is that he's too skinny, okay? That's it. Like, he's too skinny. If he was fucking fat, on top of that, he would literally be the quintessential American, but, like, he doesn't get off the couch either for other reasons. So even in that sense, he's the perfect American. Like, just so awesome. Just a fucking failure through and through, okay? From top to bottom, who constantly fucking lies about everything. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, you just have not met exactly this guy, okay? The guy who's like constantly talking about like how things could have been different, brother, you know? Things could have been so goddamn different. If only I didn't get that, knee injury in football practice. Okay? Like, just a mediocre, incredible fucking loser who constantly thinks about a better future for himself and then he lies to everyone around them. Okay? It's awesome.
A kid saying they want to play in the NBA when they're on the 4th grade bar.
I'm all for jokes, but it seems kind of fucked for you to say you're a failure for being disabled, my man. Wait, what? No, I'm not saying he's a failure for being disabled. No, dude. He's a fucking failure for lying about this shit. Trevor Noah is right. He already overcame a fucking, like, debilitating injury. The fuck is wrong with you? I'm saying he's a fucking failure in every other capacity, and he just keeps lying about it.
Basketball team, end quote. Which would obviously be ridiculous. I mean, no 4th grader could play in the NBA. Except maybe for the Pistons. I mean, they need help. So, Madison Cawthorn has basically lied about every major event in his life. And he's lucky that he's in politics because there's no other career where you can be caught lying that much about your resume and still be allowed to keep your job. So, instead of attending Princeton or Harvard, Cawthorn went to a conservative Christian college where he led a squad known on campus as the douche crew, which is impressive, especially when you think about how much competition there is for that name on a college campus. You know, it's like working at a hedge fund and being known as the guy with the coke problem. But after earning mostly D's, Cawthorn dropped out after only 1 semester to go and see the world.
This 2017 Instagram post from a visit to Adolf Hitler's vacation home in Germany, the Eagle's Nest, where Cawthorn refers to Hitler as the Führer.
Posting the vacation house of the Führer. Seeing the Eagle's Nest has been on my bucket list for a while. It did not disappoint.
I'm definitely not a Nazi. I'm not.
Dude, who the fuck calls him the Führer, dude? I mean, I know who does. Nazis, that's who, but it was so weird, dude. What a weird fucking thing to be like, oh, Love going to Europe specifically to see the Führer. Mein Führer's vacation home. Very nice. It's so good.
A white supremacist.
Okay, you know you messed up if you need to follow your Instagram post with, I'm definitely not a Nazi. I mean, nobody's posting kitten pictures like, just to be clear, I definitely think the Holocaust was bad. Meow. And it's not even that he visited Hitler's vacation home, so much as how he wrote about it. He called it the Führer's house. I mean, that's an extra level of respect when you're using Hitler's preferred pronouns. I mean, he even included the 2 dots over the U. What is that, the umlauts? Yo, that takes effort. I don't even know how you do that. I think you need to buy like a special keyboard. I can barely find the colon. Where are you finding the umlauts for Hitler? But maybe the strangest part of this post is that he said, quote, it did not disappoint. The only way to make this post worse was if it did disappoint. Just got to the eagle's nest. Bummer, not that Hitlery. So this was a little embarrassing, but it didn't stop Cawthorn from getting the ultimate stamp of approval.
Where's Madison? Where is Madison? Is he here? Madison Cawthorn, a real star. You're going to be a star of the party.
He rose to national prominence and then gained national attention at this summer's Republican convention.
When I'm elected this November, I'll be the youngest.
Dude, that was so awesome when he stood up. When he stood up for the national anthem, dude. That was the most, like, it was the most obvious, like, fucking transparent, like, he's definitely gonna do this thing that he could have done. It was so sick.
Youngest member of Congress in over 200 years. And if you don't think young people can change the world, then you just don't know American history. George Washington was 21 when he received his first military commission. Abe Lincoln, 22 when he first ran for office. And my personal favorite, James Madison, was just 25 years old when he signed the Declaration of Independence.
Yes, that, my friends, is incredible. Or it would be if James Madison had actually signed the Declaration of Independence, but he didn't. I guess Cawthorn is so into lying that he's padding other people's resumes now? I mean, sooner or later, this dude's gonna get his alternate realities completely mixed up. And let's not forget Thomas Jefferson, who left me for dead in that car accident. And please, don't get me wrong, this isn't the biggest deal in the world. In fact, I'm kind of impressed that Cawthorn picked the one founding father who didn't sign the Declaration of Independence. Look at those signatures. Look at all those signatures. They were passing that thing around like an office birthday card. And so, Madison Cawthorn made history as the youngest member of Congress ever. Good. And he celebrated this milestone in American democracy by immediately trying to undo American democracy.
My first act as a member of Congress will be to object to the Electoral College certification of the 2020 election.
If you don't start supporting election integrity, I'm coming after you, Madison Cawthorn's coming after you, everybody's coming after you. Get on the phone, call your congressman, and feel free, you can lightly threaten them.
Yes, just a few weeks before rioters stormed the Capitol building, Madison Cawthorn was telling people to lightly threaten their congressman. Which I guess is when you say you're gonna kill a dude and then throw in some funny memes just to balance it out. But you know, in many ways, the Republican Party couldn't have asked for a better star to push their lie. Because unlike the Paralympics, this is something he's actually been training for his whole life. So that's Madison Cawthorn. He claims the election was stolen, lies about everything in his life, and has dubious opinions about Nazis and an alleged history of sexual assault. What I'm saying is, as soon as this guy can get a fake ID saying he's 35, oh, my friends, he's gonna be president.
No shot.
Hey, the video is over now. But if you enjoyed that, why don't you like, comment, and subscribe? And if you want to see more of that, just go, well, YouTube's got it around here somewhere.